This is your national perspective provided by Global Transport. I'm here with former NFL quarterback Kurt Warner, who's now with the NFL Network. And Kurt, what's it been like to see a guy you're real close to, Freddie Kitchens, kind of taking over a team here?
I tell you what, it's exciting. We were just talking a little while ago, and Freddie reached out to me a couple years ago when they made the changes in Arizona because he really felt like he was ready to step into a head coaching role. And so we discussed a little of his philosophy and that process. Unfortunately, we never got an interview there. So we stayed in contact over the last couple years. So it was so exciting to see him get the opportunity last year here, and then him get the interview, get the head coaching job. And beautiful thing is he hasn't changed. I've known him. He was coaching in Arizona more than a decade ago when I was playing there, and he's the same guy that you see what you're going to get every time you talk to him. Every time he stands up in front of anybody and talks, he is who he is, and I think that's the beauty of him. And you just hope that this game, with the fickleness of this game and the pressure of having to win, that he can stay that same guy, because I think there's a lot of players, there's a lot of people that appreciate it.
What kind of situation do you think he inherits here in Cleveland? Is it pretty good for a first-year head coach?
I don't think it gets much better than this for a first-year coach. I mean, usually, you make coaching changes, it's because you haven't been very successful. You don't have a lot of pieces. Here's a team that's won more last year than they did the 3 previous years, and now he's taking over as a head coach, and he's even got more pieces to the puzzle. I think the only hard part about that is it comes with high expectations. I mean, here you are in your first year as a head coach, and you've got to go through growing pains and figure it all out, and people are talking Super Bowl. People are saying you've got the team that can make a long run in the playoffs. So I think that's the only negative, but any first-year head coach is going to tell you, I'd rather have this situation with high expectations than be going in with a team that's got a whole bunch of holes, and I got to try to figure that out.
And then last one for you. What do you think of Baker Mayfield going into his second season as a former quarterback? What do you like about what he does?
What I like is that he's so decisive with what he does. There's no hesitation in his game. Now, he's got to get a little more judicial with some of that. He thinks he can make every single throw, and sometimes he makes that decision a little too early. But that's what happens when you're a rookie, is you got to learn how to play. You got to learn what throws you can make. And as we saw last year, he can make a lot of throws.
Yeah.
And he's decisive when he knows where he wants to throw it. He doesn't hesitate. He doesn't allow windows to close and defensive backs to break on things. He throws it with velocity, but more importantly, he throws it with anticipation and decisiveness. And that's what I really liked last year. So all that great stuff last year, now you put the pieces around him, you give him a second year. He started as many games as he has. I look for big things from him. I think he's only going to get better because there's a lot to like.
All right, Kurt, thank you very much. For more interviews like this, check out Best Podcasts available wherever you get your podcasts.